morning, noon or night from a hotel. We are currently staying in London with the view of going to Weymouth. Then we found out that the Weymouth game was away. So instead, we're going to see Southampton. We're checking off a new ground of the 92. This video is going to be a little bit different to my normal ones because it's going to be more of a sort of ground hopping stadium experience review rather than just being going about the game. Let's find out with Braydad what St Mary's is all about. See you there. We have arrived in sunny Southampton. What do you make of it so far?
It's missing the sun, isn't it?
Well, to be fair, it is February, but it's not much of a, tropical paradise.
We have discovered that Southampton is very well connected on the trains, though.
Yes, there's one to Manchester, there's one to Bath, which we'll probably keep in mind.
Yeah.
And there was one to Stoke. There was, there's just one to everywhere, which was a bit surprising. Do we actually know if we're going in the right direction?
Absolutely no idea.
Okay, we're going in a random direction. It's only 11 o'clock yet, so we've got plenty of time. That way's north. We're heading the right way.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, it's already off to a belter. We're gonna show you a bit of what Southampton's about, see if it's any good. Yeah, watch a bit of football. Let me know in the comments if you like this sort of ground hopping thing. If so, I'll do it more often. Yeah, and if not, then tell me as well, just so then I know.
Save a few quid.
Remember to like and subscribe, don't be tight. Yeah, I'll get on with it. Well, it started sort of coming on raining now. We've been in the John Hansard
Yeah.
gallery, and that was, I don't know, it was a bit odd.
Yeah, but
So it was a bit odd. But it was interesting. We were expecting an art gallery, and it was not an art gallery. It was like a marine.
People have been photographing the ocean floor and filming the ocean floor.
Yeah, stuff like that. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. But it's I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing so far from Southampton. A cheeky cenotaph, nice little bit of park action. I don't mind it.
I think that just happened.
Wow.
I wasn't sure.
We've been in the Dell Bar for a little while now. This is a really nice little place. Got a good bit of character. We've chatted to a couple of fellas just who are around. And yeah, they've got the Leyton Orient Man City game on. Leyton Orient are winning 1-0, which is just crazy. I'm not quite sure when the next draw is. I've got some fish and chips on the way, and I've seen them coming for someone else, and they look amazing. It's battered haddock, munchy peas, tartar and curry sauce, triple cooked chips. I'm looking forward to this. We got a great view too. Look at that.
Chips are really good as well. And pretty quick service as well.
Yeah, it didn't take very long. Leyton Orient 1-0 at half time against Man City. This looks lovely. Just come out of the Dell Bar. It's fab. It's fantastic. The food was brilliant. It was a proper smash burger. It wasn't like a store-bought one. They've properly made it. The service was pretty quick. The staff were really, really friendly. And yeah, my fish and chips was fantastic. We're just moving across to the fan zone now. It might be a little bit loud, but I reckon you'll probably be able to hear me anyway. Really looking forward to this.
Go on, you say! Ah!
The price was a little bit steep, but
You're paying for restaurant quality food. It's not just it's not like food around the ground food. It's not fast food. It's properly cooked, properly prepared, all done by chefs. The thing about that is though, you do have to book a table, or you're supposed to book a table. We looked out a little bit. I think you're supposed to be home fans. We said we weren't necessarily home fans. We were just neutral for the day, and we were just welcomed in. I've got a top on that looks like it's a Burnley top. It was meant to be a Weymouth top. We were welcomed with open arms. Chatted to a couple of fans in there. What a really welcoming club this is. It's really good.
Well, if you're in search of a little neutral game,
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. We're just about to have a little look in the fan zone. I'm going to give that footy scran a 10 out of 10 because I just can't give it anything else. The fish was light, it was lovely, just really, really good stuff. Recommend.
Sorry, security guards are just coming around checking that we're okay and they're having a good time. I mean, brilliant.
It's brilliant. Fair play, Southampton. Fair play. Had a lovely little time and a drink in the fan zone just over there. I think that everyone in there was kind of gutted because Man City managed to come back and avoid the upset, but it is what it is. Anyway, in we go. It's a pretty nice little concourse, this, isn't it? I don't mind this at all.
The score sings out where any
Quarter of an hour until kick-off. Well, I've seen the Burnley lineup. Joe Worrell and John Joe Shelby both in it. I mean, what is it, 2023? I'm really looking forward to this one. I think an upset could be on the cards, but I don't know how much of an upset it would be with quite how poorly Saints are doing in the Premier League and how well Burnley are doing in the Championship. Burnley just don't concede a lot of goals. It feels like a 0-0 to me.
It's got 0-0 written all over it. Burnley don't concede. Southampton have difficulty scoring. Burnley don't score very many. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we see lots of action and so on. And we know that Southampton have got capability of scoring, given how they did against Forest in the second half. But with Burnley's defence so solid, even though it's a changed lineup, I still think they're going to be disciplined, and I still think this is going to be a low-scoring affair.
Well, I mean, we've just got to take a second to appreciate Burnley's record here. They have got... They've misspelt Joe Worrell on the... They've misspelt Joe Worrell on the board. Look at that. We were talking to some Burnley fans before the game. Apparently, 9 goals conceded at this stage of a season here in February is the best record of any team in Europe ever. Which, to be fair, I don't think that's too unreasonable, because that is just a mental stat. It's not a Burnley first choice defence. They've got Joe Worrell in there who's been out injured for quite a while. They've got John Joe Shelby starting too. So not a 100% lineup. Southampton Saints do have Tyler Dibbling back, which is a boost. The attendance isn't looking to be brilliant today. It looks like there's an entire end. Well, I say end, an entire side, which is probably worse, of St Mary's completely just shut off. Yeah, that's not brilliant. You won't be able to see that much of it on telly because it's the other side to where the TV cameras are. The TV is showing our side. It's not a very good look, but I suppose, yeah, if they've got that close, it's going to make it look a lot better in these areas than it would do otherwise. There's not really anybody near us at the minute. I don't know, it's not a good place to be for Southampton right now, and I feel really sorry for them. I don't really like seeing a team get this, well, sort of battered like they're doing every week in the Premier League. I don't like to see that. I would really like it if they turned it around. Actually, they've earned a lot of respect from me, from what I've heard from their fans, the fans that they've got that I've talked to, and just the general day that I've had here in Southampton so far. It's been a really nice time. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good game. I don't think it's going to be a good game, but I'm hoping for it. I reckon this will just be 0-0 all the way through. We'll have a penalty shootout, and then don't know what happens from there, I suppose. As a sort of, I wanted to do this as a little bit of a ground hopping sort of ground review, just really give people an idea of what this is like. This is a club that isn't doing very well at all at the minute. It's a one-club city, of course. The transport's good. I do like the ground. I don't really get the impression that the fans like the ground. There's nothing about it that really says Southampton to me. I think that the Dell, well, the people in the northern stand don't seem to mind it. But from what I've talked to from Saints fans, it doesn't seem like they're really in love with this new stadium, like they preferred the Dell back in the day, a much more intimidating atmosphere. And it's a bit of a, I don't want to be rude, but it's just sort of your any team bowl. It's a bit like Leicester's, and I don't know, there's not a lot of character to it, but I really like it. I don't like the design, But in terms of a club, you know, the facilities that they've got on site, the Dell Bar that we went in, I really like it. And I think I've gained a little bit of a soft spot for Southampton just from being here. And yeah, we'll have to see how the game goes. It would be really nice if Southampton could, you know, get a win, then win 2 games on the bounce, which would be massive for them, and then take a little bit of confidence into their next game. That'd be great. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. Magic of the FA Cup. I don't know if an upset would be an upset with how, as I say, how Burnley are doing and how Southampton are doing, but we will have to see. The players are on their way. Southampton, I really like what you've got to offer. I hope that by some miracle you can stay in the Premier League. I don't think it's likely, but I would love it if you did. Enjoy the game, and for now, up the Saints. Very good chance for Burnley. That less than 2 minutes on the clock. I think that they really should have done better there. But
Good save, good clearance.
oh yeah, of course, good save, good clearance on the line. But you should be sticking those away. A couple of decent chances now, one each way. The Northam stand have actually been pretty lively. There's not a lot of action coming from, I'm not sure what this one's called, but this end that we're in, I'm really rating it so far. I've got no idea what they're singing, but like, good lads. Open goal. The crowd are getting really behind the team now because they're all against the ref. I don't know how Southampton haven't scored there. That was basically an open goal.
There's a goal. Oh, well saved.
Decent quality move from the Saints, that was. Dibbling and Walker-Peters combining. To the neutral, I'd say they're 2 best players. I don't know if Southampton fans would agree with me, but yeah, it's been pretty tight. There's been a couple of big chances, but outside of that, it has been really, really tight.
Teams making chances but not being able to finish them. 0-0 so far.
Well, yeah, what have we got to say about that first half?
Well, there was actually plenty of action. I was expecting it to be more dull than it was. There's quite a lot of entertainment going on. Very, very clear chance for Burnley. About 10
There's
12
been
minutes.
two. There's been two.
Yeah, the one that Savramento just hit straight at the goalie. What was the other one?
There was one. I think it was Benson cleared off the line when he was throwing goal inside of about 2 minutes of the game started.
And then Southampton have been crafting chances rather than, spurring them on, especially down the right side with Walker Peters and Dibbling making a bit of an impression. Dibbling ended up having a shot that just brushed the outside of the net there. That was probably the best move in the match, I think, really. Teams exhibiting a bit of skill around about the edge of the box. Burnley not really penetrating very much. Southampton trying to get in there but not having the quality of finish, really. So it's got the feeling of a game that there's not going to be loads of goals because the finishing just isn't there, but it's going to be entertaining enough in watching them making the chances, I think.
Yeah, well, obviously, as it's the FA Cup and there are no more replays, we will be seeing a winner or, a progressor here today, whether that be through an actual goal or through a penalty shootout, no idea. We will just have to see. But I can definitely see it finishing 0-0, and I reckon that if there is a goal scored, that will probably be the only goal of the game. It's not, I don't know, maybe, because there has been a couple of chances either way, but there's not been a lot. Obviously, I'm a neutral here, but the ref is having an absolute mare today, and I've not really got anything on the line in this game, so you can tell I'm not being biased here. But no, he's been stinking. Southampton seem to absolutely hate counter-attacking, and I don't know why. When they played against us, Southampton, they didn't really do very much until Tall Paul came on in the box and then caused a couple of problems just with how massive he is. It's nice to see him on the pitch now, because that's where I reckon that they can get a goal from. Put it in the box and hope that Tall Paul is there.
He could walk there. He could walk for that. That was nasty, Joe Worrell. He could have walked for that if there was VAR. And he still dropped it. Oh man.
There's the goal that we've been waiting for. Always felt like there was going to be one goal in it. Not very long to go now, only about 15 to go when the goal was scored. I'm still just thinking what Southampton need to do. Just get it to someone on the wing and, you know, shunt it in the box and let nature take its course. We've got a lot.
Or maybe that's why they don't chuck it in the box at 2-4. Oh, hello.
For substitution for Burnley, coming off is number 7, placement number 15, Nathan Ridley. 3 minutes added time, on the second half, 3 minutes.
The fans aren't loving it. This has got to come back in straight away. And that's it.
Towards the end, that just got toxic more than anything, didn't it? It was
like it's the fans just
the fans. When it ticked over to 90 minutes, the fans really turned, and that's, you know, that's never going to be good for players. And you can get it. There was chance of this is embarrassing, and you can understand why. It's not a nice place to be, Southampton, right now, and I just feel sorry for them. We've had a fantastic day visiting Southampton, seeing the ground, seeing the fans. They've been, you know, lovely people, and they don't deserve to see football and results like that, and it's just such a shame. But it is what it is. I guess that final third, Southampton seem to hate counter-attacking. They just won't counter-attack. They keep on like getting the ball back in a promising area, and then they just stop and they don't get that ball forward, and it gives Burnley the chance to regroup, and it gives everyone who they play against the chance to regroup, and it just won't get you results. And as I say, it's a shame, but that's all. Burnley are through, so fair play to Burnley. They made a little bit of noise. They weren't the greatest, but, you know, it's a massive trip, and they've brought some decent numbers. There they are, you know, giving some love to the players. But
when the players and the fans get together, that's the kind of thing that you can do. You can go to an away ground, you can grind out a result, you know that your fans are there behind you. And we heard it on Wednesday evening when Mark Crossley, we went to see a Mark Crossley event, and he was talking about the players really noticing when the fans get behind you. So when the fans start chanting, "This is embarrassing," it's not going to help your team.
no,
So get behind. It doesn't matter what's going on. They don't want to go out and lose. They're
No.
playing to the way that they've been coached. They're playing to what they've been told to do on the pitch by their manager. And
Yeah.
if you want to get on at somebody, get on at the manager. Don't be booing the players. I'm not saying they're brilliant. I'm not saying it's great football or anything like that. But when you're shouting, "This is embarrassing, this is embarrassing," do you think it's going to make your team play better?
yeah, they're shouting, "This is embarrassing," and the ball's on the way to coming in the box. It's just a shame more than anything. Yeah, fair play to the Burnley fans for the trip that they've made. Fair play to Southampton fans. You seem a really lovely bunch, and I hope that your club can recover soon, because it just doesn't seem like a good place to be right now. That is all. Please do like and subscribe. If you want more ground upping videos, then let me know and I'll sort it out for you, because it's not terribly difficult. I've not gone that far out of my way to come here, because it was almost an accident. I'll see you all in the next one, which will probably be the vlog against Arsenal at home. Remember to ingest cheese. Good night.